Leeds boxing promo. We're down here at Manners Gym. Precise, accurate training with Elisha Gatewood, the Yorkshire Champion. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing well, how about you?
I'm really good, mate, really good. How old are you, Elisha?
I'm 19.
And where are you from?
Leeds.
Local lad, yeah?
Local.
Okay. Elisha, you're already making waves as a Yorkshire Champion. How did it all start for you?
It all started when I was 6 years old. It was parents trying to find a hobby for me and also learn self-defense because I just started school.
Okay.
So we started with karate, we started with loads of different things. I always had a love for boxing, just watching like your Rocky films and stuff like that. And my mum was browsing around and luckily came across Nick Manners. He was quite local. And the first day I just went in there, fell in love with the sport and the gym.
And say you first got into boxing through your mum, she sort of pointed you on to Nick and where to go, yeah?
Yeah.
And what made you keep coming? What made you...
It was fun. It's fun when it's like a Saturday class and there's so many kids who are there who are your age. It just feels like a break time at school.
Yeah.
So you built loads of friendships and you were just able to have that really good competition amongst each other. So that's what just, really helped. And as well, Nick's quite charismatic. He knows how to really engage with all the people and all the kids and make it fun rather than chore.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you remember your first time sparring?
Yeah, I do. I remember like it was yesterday. It went terrible. It went terrible. I think I remember I was sparring Abed Hussain, who's now a professional Muay Thai fighter and won championship. And he just completely outclassed me. It made it look easy. That was when you first realised the difference between getting hit in the body and then getting hit in the head, and it was terrible, but we learned from it.
Of course we do, of course we do. And when did it click for you that boxing could be something serious and, not just a hobby?
Yeah, I think I was around 15 years old, and normally when you'd come down, you'd always come down maybe 2 days a night, so 2 nights a week, sorry. That might be a Monday or a Friday, and then somehow you just started being so competitive around other people and realising if I come down 3 days a week, I might be able to beat him in that round. If I come down 4 days a week, I might be able to run a bit faster than him, and then, before you know it, you're down there 5 times a week. So yeah, I think that's when it stopped becoming a hobby, and then started training more, and then you realise the progression that you've got, you feel it, and you can, because you're fighting other people, when you're getting the better of someone. And then one day when I was training a lot, Nick just came and he had a group of people and he just said to me and 2 others, do you feel like fighting you? And then I just went, yes, straight away, because if you know Nick, he doesn't put people to fight a lot. He's very, very careful and strategic of who'll have represent and compete.
Yeah.
So that's when I first found out that actually might be going a bit serious with this.
You say you've got to be careful with this boxing, like it'll take over your life, mate.
Yeah, it will.
What's it like training under Nick and Colin, and what kind of influence do they have on you?
They have a huge influence on me. Even though they've got a huge influence on me, I'm really happy to say it's a positive influence. They're very, very good people, but not only are they good people to us, other people view them that same way as well. And being a kid, if you look around the gym, if you look around, it's like a gallery of so many fighters through the years, and with all them fighters and all them moments, Nick and Colin are always in that. So being a kid, when you were seeing Warrington fight for the world title and then defending it, and then you're seeing Nick in the corner with him and giving instructions, and then you're seeing Colin there, and then when you look around and you see what they did as professionals and then they did as amateurs, it was just super influential. So most definitely, it's a very, very positive impact to have.
Shout out to Nick and Colin.
Shout out.
Who are the boxers in the gym you look up to most, and what have you learnt from them?
I looked up to many boxers, just like the way boxing works. You get many guys who come and many guys who go. But because I started so young, there was so many guys. You had your Torrance, you had your Abed, you had your Mallies, your Kyans, you had your Owens. You had so many guys who were 5, 10 years older than me. So as a kid looking at these guys, they were like giants always. And it's positive impact. You learn so many different styles because with all of these guys, one will be a heavyweight, so you learn to be a bit more of a stronger puncher, and then one will be a flyweight, so you have to move about a lot. So with all of that, you know, you even have it where Nick would make all the kids sit on the outside of the ring whilst doing sit-ups and then watching these guys spar, and then say, how do they do that and what do they do there, and you just fall in love with it. So yeah, loads of different guys.
What's a typical training week for you like now? And how do you balance the boxing with your life away from the gym?
Well, to be honest with you, I think boxing, you know, is the life. You know, you don't really get a moment away from it or a time away from it. And if you do, you're at home studying something, whether boxing-wise or training. Monday, you know, I'll come from an amateur gym, Tigers ABC, who I represent for the amateur system. So I'll come from Tigers and then I'll come down to Nick's on a Monday. Then a Tuesday we'll do a circuit, and then a Wednesday again we'll train twice. Thursday sometimes we'll travel to another city or another gym will come down to us and vice versa for, you know, simulating rounds and sparring. And then Friday we'll train again down here, and then Saturday, you know, when I can make it, we'll do the same thing again. So it's quite busy, to be honest with you. It's quite busy.
And what's the hardest part of improving? Is it the fitness, the focus, or the mental side?
It's definitely the mental side. You know, a lot of the time you mentally slack off. So sometimes when you're training, you might get a bit complacent in thinking, I don't need to go one day a week won't hurt, an hour of a week won't hurt. And then from a training perspective, the discipline that's instilled from the likes of Nick and Colin is a massive thing. That's the hardest part of the mental. And then when you're in preparation for a fight week, that's the most difficult, because you've got to think about your opponent, who you're fighting, and then the way amateurs work, sometimes you don't know who you're fighting until you walk into the ring. You know, we're not pros on TV yet. So you've got to think about who's this guy going to be, how's he going to fight. Then you've got to think about, you know, is the crowd going to be loud and make you feel a certain way. And then you've got to think about the mental side, as in how weight is going, am I on weight, do I need to do something to make sure I'm on weight? And all of it, your mind just spinning the whole time. But you just got to learn to calm yourself down and do well.
Winning the Yorkshire title, talk me through that. How did that feel, that moment?
Well, it was definitely, you know, it was a great feeling. I think I don't know if it was a better feeling winning the title, or better feeling the way I won.
Right.
So I was able to win by stoppage in the second round. Yeah, I was able to, very, very tough kid, very class kid. I was able to put him down in the first round, which felt phenomenal. You know, forget it being a final, just it being a fight in general. And then the second round, the referee had to then stop it. So that felt brilliant, but I think it's very well deserving as well, because I've waited a long time. And Nick was always saying, you need to be patient, you have to be patient. And then it's nice to now walk around and I'll look down that street or go to that city and I'll go, well, I'm a champion of this city or champion of this region, so that's quite cool.
No, that's fantastic, mate.
Yeah.
Do you get nervous before fights, or do you enjoy the pressure?
I definitely enjoy it. When I was younger, you know, fighting as a youth, I used to definitely get really nervous because I don't know if that's from the pressure of being my age, only being 15 and 16 years old, or if that's because I only had 3 fights or 4 fights at the time. But now, even though I do take my fight seriously, in the locker room I start laughing and smiling the whole time and, you know, giddying about. So I think now I just learn to enjoy it, learn to enjoy the moment.
Yeah, it's important to enjoy it.
Definitely.
What's your mindset like when you walk into the ring? What do you tell yourself?
Well, mindset definitely for the ring is I just tell myself that I'm going to win. I think the best thing is to be positive about it and tell yourself you're going to win, and, you know, don't take it for granted. I think the whole time is just to even just be happy that you're there, because I thought the first fight is to make sure you've got an opponent to fight, you've made weight, and you're healthy. You go there, you fight, and you win. So I don't think too deep into it. It's only 6 minutes. You just go and fight.
Have any tough fights taught you something about yourself?
Definitely. I think my last fight in the quarter nationals, I fought a really, really good kid, 2 times Midlands champion, compared to me. So he's a lot more experienced than me. And the first round, I thought I was going to be a bit more dominant, and he just came out like a raging bull.
Right.
He came out like a raging bull, and I had to figure out, am I going to learn to box him on the back foot, or am I going to have to actually fight with him? I'm normally a back foot fighter,
Okay.
so I'm always picking apart and moving about, where this time I had to be the aggressor and I had to be the person on the front foot and throwing the most. So yeah, mentally I didn't think I'd be able to fight like that, but now I'm able to. So that's
Show a different side.
show a
And yeah,
different side and different style.
That's fantastic, mate. What's your next target now that you've won the Yorkshire title?
Nationals definitely. I'm now going to be in the national semi-finals, and then God willing I'll get to the finals as well this weekend. So now I'm looking to not just be a regional champion, but to be a national champion. So that's what I'm looking forward to next.
Good luck with that, mate.